Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Throwtown Ramona. We've got some really exciting women's discus action getting ready to roll here. We've got Group B of the women with some fine throwers: Erica Biesel, Jay Nolrich, Alexandra Emilianov, and others. Folks will talk about. It's a beautiful day. You can see the flags are blowing just the way we want them, right to left wind. It's very similar to the wind last year when Mikola Selekna broke the world record. So we've got some high hopes for this competition here. Again, I'm Dan McQuaid from McThrows.com and Track and Field News. My partner here in this broadcast and in many other aspects of life, Joe Frontier of Throw Big, Throw Far, and Thrower X.
What's going on, Dan? We just finished the men's and women's shot put this morning. It's been a crazy weekend of throwing and rain delays and lightning. But
Unbelievable.
yeah, the weather is looking to be absolutely perfect today. If you have not been paying attention to what's going on at Throwtown Ramona so far this weekend, we had an incredible first day of throwing Thursday, and we will try to give you some of those highlights. We finally got in some throwing last night after almost 7 hours of delays. We got men's and women's javelin and women's and then men's hammer late last night. We'll give you some of the scoop on that as we watch the women's B flight warming up today. Today we're going to see 3 flights of women's discus, and then we will see the top 2 men's discus flights, which were scheduled for tomorrow, but we are expecting more heavy rain and lightning and thunder tomorrow, and so half of the men's competitions that were scheduled for tomorrow have moved into today's competition and will compete later this afternoon. So we have a full day of throwing, and so those of you who are watching these live feeds on either Throws University on YouTube or USATF TV can tune in all day and get these live throwing feeds courtesy of Throws University and USATF. Throwtown Ramona World Invitational is brought to you by Thrower X and Throws Pro. And Dan, we are really lucky to be here again this year. You've been here for 3 years watching the action here.
Yeah, and it never ceases to amaze me. We were both wondering if we'd get the same turnout, the same level of competitors, because there's no world championships or Olympics to qualify for. And that's the thing that's attracted folks to Throwtown Ramona the last couple of years, particularly discus throwers because of the great wins, but also javelin throwers and shot putters to get some ranking points to move up on the World Athletics ranking system. But this year, with this allegedly ultimate World Athletics Championships at the end of the season, with only men's and women's jab and men's hammer, no other throwing events, most of the athletes don't have that same motivation to come out here and get a mark. They just come because they love it here. They love the vibe. They love getting out there and just hammering huge throws. We had an amazing start to the weekend's discus competitions on Thursday. Texas Tanner, 69 meters. Reggie Yeager, 69 meters. Yes, Joe just reminded me. Almost equaled his left-handed world record. We had Melina Robert Michon go 65.96 for an age group world record. We had Maddie Denny go 74.04. Steven Richter of Germany, 74 meters even. His old PB coming in was 69 meters. Christian Shea, a personal best, 72.61. Sam Mattis, a new American record, 72.45. Probably our favorite part of that. Fantastic day. Roger Stone, the Olympic champ, 70.66 PB. Alex Rose, 70.43. So stuff was going down on Thursday. Yesterday, the rains came. A lot of delays. Men's and women's jab didn't start till about 5 p.m. It was meant to start in the morning at 10 a.m. In spite of that long delay and some wet conditions, Curtis Thompson, the World Championships medalist, goes 85. What did you get? Do you remember the exact distance? 85 something, but 85 meters. An incredible throw. And then the women's hammer throwers stepped in. There was rain on and off. They had to deal with some treacherous conditions, a couple of nasty spills. In spite of that, Cameron Rogers, defending world and Olympic champion, 79.63. Followed by
in the dark.
Yes, in the dark. Luckily, there's some lights here now. They built 3 not light towers, but long poles with lights on them. You probably see them in the background there. And they shed enough light so that people could follow where the hammer was and measure it. It was landing. There was basically a shallow lake out there in the hammer landing area. And so it was a little crazy. Caleb Seal earned his money yesterday, running around, shagging javelins, shagging hammers, blowing off rings, nearly drowning, and just had a great competition. Another highlight yesterday, Maddie Malone, 73.91, her first PB since 2023. So that took some patience, and what a wonderful moment for her. Rachel Richardson also 78.30 yesterday. Jelani Davis 70 meters oh 06. So some fine, fine hammer throwing. And in the men's competition, Texas Tanner, the amazing Texas Tanner, who threw 69 meters on Thursday in the discus, wins the men's hammer comp. He opted out of the men's shot put competition today, but we'll see him again in the discus.
I want to go back to Sam Mattis's throw on day one. The American record was held by Ben Plunkett, and the odd thing about it, it was recognized as two different numbers. So 71.32 was the American record recognized by USA Track and Field, 1983. But Plunkett went 72.34 over in Europe in 1981, but it wasn't recognized by USA Track and Field. And so there were always kind of these two odd American records. Mattis went huge last year, and so it wasn't the American record, but close. And so he just put a no-doubter out there, which was nice of him to do that. 72.45, which clears both of those marks. And now Sam Mattis, 72.45.
My favorite moment so far, and there's a lot more to come, but it's just great to see a guy like Sam Mattis take that American record.
Erica Beisel enters the ring. Erica finished an incredible career at Grand Valley State throwing for Matt Conley. She left Grand Valley State as the Division II record holder in both the shot put and discus. She's gone over 66 meters already this outdoor season.
66.34 on April 3rd, I think in Michigan, right? Yeah, there's some good discus throwing in Michigan. It's not just here in Oklahoma.
You know, she came here last year while she was still a college athlete and struggled trying to find a throw and how to deal with the wind.
Yeah.
She's a 66-meter thrower, not at Oklahoma, and so she's going to see if she can find a way to harness the wind here in Oklahoma this year.
And it's a funny thing, we've talked to a lot of these throwers. Do they change their technique? Do they change the way they tip the discus? Some just look at us like we're crazy and say, I wish I could do that. I wish I had enough control to change my technique. The general consensus seems to be you just make solid throws. You just be consistent, keep making solid throws, and the wind will do its job for you if you're a little bit lucky.
Jaden Ulrich went nuclear last year, 69 meter thrower last year here. But last year she was a college athlete, and we talked to Jaden yesterday about how now in her first year as a pro, she's in a little bit of a different training cycle here early in the year, and she's kind of got to recalibrate. I think yesterday on Thursday, she kind of went after it, and her body's in a different training cycle, and she's just not ready to throw quite as far as she wanted to throw far, and so she's trying to just let her training be what it is and let her body do what it's capable of doing rather than maybe forcing the issue. I think she was forcing it on Thursday.
She went 65.49 on Thursday, which a great throw. But you're right. I mean, she wasn't thrilled with that, and she's hoping to go farther today.
So Erica's first throw was 64.54. Jaden opens up at 63 meters. Here's Alexandra Emelianoff.
Alexandra's PB 64.42. Set here at Ramona. She represents the country of Moldova. You been to Moldova, Coach?
Never.
Nor have I. Sounds like a very interesting place. It's wedged unfortunately, between Ukraine and I can't remember, but it's right. They share a border with Ukraine, so they've been played a big role in accepting refugees and protecting those Ukrainians that have fled the Russian invasion. But small country.
61.30.
And here comes the queen, the discus queen, Melina Robert-Michon.
So Melina, 65.96 on Thursday. 7-time Olympian. She's 46 years old and is an absolute inspiration. She just continues to blow my mind. Her daughter's old enough to be competing.
That's
today.
amazing. That is amazing. So when Melina gets a decent throw, the proper way to celebrate that in French would be "c'est génial,"
What's that mean?
don't know, or "incroyable,"
Okay, I think that's incredible.
incredible. Yes, yes, or even perhaps "tu es un homme sexy." Oh wait a minute, I'm sorry. That was actually a personal. That was not meant to go out over the air. Sorry about that, everybody. But you are un homme sexy. Just so you know that, Coach Frontier.
Shelby Gustafson, what can you tell us about Shelby? Do you know anybody related to Shelby?
Indeed, I do. So Shelby's name now is Shelby Gustafson because she's recently married Marcus Gustafson, who I coached in high school. They both qualified for the World's team last year on their last throw in Eugene at the USA Championships. An incredible
Pretty
moment.
special.
Incredible. Then they went to Japan, competed there in Tokyo, and got engaged.
Formerly Shelby Frank.
Yeah, fine college thrower at Minnesota and then Texas Tech.
Obi.
Obi comes in with a PB of 64.80. She set that in August of 25 here in Ramona. She's 27, represents Nigeria internationally.
I watched one of the most hilarious exchanges between Obi and her coach, Dane Miller, yesterday.
Is there anything other than an hilarious exchange if Dane Miller is involved? There he is.
I'm just going to say this, is that Dane owes whatever the current demarcation of quarters, dollars to the swear jar for that exchange in coaching. And I think currently Dane's daughter is the one who's going to make sure that dad pays the swear jars. It was all in jest, and Obi took it incredibly well because Obi was doing some things on a particular throw that Dane had been waiting for her to do for quite some time, and she finally do it. And Dane's question was, "Well, why weren't we doing that earlier?"
So they were happy swears.
Yeah, they were happy swears, but it was more of like a, "Why weren't we doing that earlier?"
The happy swears they're fun to deliver and kind of fun to receive.
A great Susan Seaton, University of Cincinnati, Amanda's coach.
Yeah, we just missed Amanda Naganda Tumba's throw. Her personal best, 63.59. You just saw in the ring Nanaka Kori from Japan. That 60.72 PB is also a national record. She's been 3-time Japanese discus champion. And now we're back to the top with Erica after 59.23 for Nanaka. Well, that's why Dane was learning how to cuss in Japanese. It looks like he's giving advice to Nanaka. Erica up in a second. She's 23 years old. What a fantastic future she appears to have. 66.63 PB. She got fourth in the Olympic trials in 24, and that's kind of put her on the map, at least. It's put her into my consciousness, I guess. I had not heard of her. She was thrown at Grand Valley, a great throwing school, but, you know, it's possible to stay under the radar there at Grand Valley. And then she just came out of the nowhere to take fourth in the Olympic trials. She was also Division II champ that year. It'll be interesting to see if she can flourish this, you know, in her first year as a pro. They say that's not so easy. You know, there's a lot of changes in your life. You don't have the support system that you had built around you in college. Hopefully she's still with Coach Conley. I'm not 100% sure, but I think she is.
Erica, yes, is still continuing.
With her college coach.
Yep. And that is his amazing bald and bearded mug on her jersey.
She's sporting her coach's. Oh my!
Look at that kit. I mean, that is special. Matt Conley. Shout out to Matt Conley.
Wow.
Come on, Jaden.
I might have to get one of those jerseys. I don't know if that's legal, but
I'm getting one with your mug on it.
that's going to cost you. It's expensive.
I don't care. Money's no object.
That looks like a better throw. For a lot of these throwers, calibrating, who threw Thursday at least, the wind's a little bit different. They're throwing out of a different circle than we did on Thursday.
Yes.
We're in the corner. People call this the Mikolas Elecna, or the world record circle. We threw out of the circle just to the right of the circle that we're throwing out of today on Thursday. If you look on the screen just behind Jaden's shoulder, as she was walking back out of the ring, not an improvement there. Behind the ring, there are 2 plaques for the world records that Mikolas has set.
Those are substantial plaques too, aren't they?
They're really cool.
They're like
granite.
Big slabs of granite. They will be there in 1,000 years. People will dig them up.
So, they're just kind of probably trying to calibrate the wind and releases, but also just kind of getting comfortable for today.
Alexandra was the 22 Big 12 champion.
Go, Melina.
What school?
Kansas
State. Kansas?
Kansas Jayhawks. Yeah, she was a Kansas Jayhawk. National animal of Moldova, the wolf. How does she do it, Coach? How does Melina Robert-Michon keep throwing world-class distances? I mean, we're talking about, this is kind of insulting to talk about her as if she's old. Compared to me, she is not old.
She's younger than us.
Yes. But for an athlete, she's old.
We talked to her last year. And Dan did a great interview with her, and her training's a little bit different. I think she's very aware of the reps that she takes, and
Let's go, Shelby.
I'm the physio and the time it takes to warm up, and probably the number of reps, but also weight room things are probably look a lot different than they did when she was in her 20s and probably in her 30s as well. But I think it's remarkable what she's doing at her age, and I say that with the utmost respect.
Shelby on the other end of the spectrum. This is her first year out of college. Her first competition of the year.
Come on, Obi.
She's coached now by Lena Baker, who also coaches her husband, Marcus.
Lena was coaching Thursday with baby in tow.
Yes, it was a beautiful scene. It's too bad that we didn't have the. Oh well, we did. They did have the live feed. I bet folks saw that.
Yeah.
Lena was standing behind the ring when Marcus was in his windup, and this little baby, in like a backpack, and that baby was so calm and so sweet.
All right. Erica leads at 64.54. Weissel. Jaden Ulrich is at 63 meters. Amanda's at 61.92. Obi's at 61.66. That will not be an improvement for Obi.
It would seem to me that Dane needs to know how to cuss in many different languages. He coaches Jaime Perez, Obi. Looks like he was coaching up the Japanese thrower a minute ago.
There you go.
Obi can speak English just fine.
So he did not have to learn how to cuss in Nigerian.
No.
Okay. Amanda, also from France, so if she gets a good one, I've got a couple of French exclamations ready in my back pocket. Oh, what was it?
I like it. She likes it. We're about to find out. 64.29.
All right. You know what? That's worth an exclamation. You ready?
Yeah.
Fantastique. That's French, brother.
I like it. 64.29. 210.11 for Amanda Nikunda Tumba. That man is earning his wages today, whatever they are.
Oh, my gosh.
You know who earned their wages last night?
Tell me.
The Hammer Shaggers. And
Oh, my
mostly it was
Lord.
Caleb Seal.
The hammer shakers were sloshing through about 1.5 feet of water.
And pulling hammers, out of the muck.
Out of the muck.
The pump has been running 24 hours, pulling water out of this landing area. It was just a swamp last night. And so you see some of this little bit of standing water puddles. This was just a lake yesterday.
It was kind of fun to watch Caleb yesterday because you look up at 1 minute, he's shagging javelins out there in that lake. Next minute, he's blowing off the ring for the hammer. Next minute, he's shagging hammers. Then he was digging. Was that for the pump? I just looked up. He had a spade and he's digging. I thought maybe he'd gone crazy or something. I feel like Erica's technique has changed a little bit. Like she used to have a kind of a pronounced lean in the middle to get the orbit. Is she flattened that out a little bit?
I don't know. I feel like today, at least, her first couple throws have looked a little bit different. So I'm guessing she's just kind of looking for some consistency in the ring. It's hard to tell because last 2 throws have been fouls.
She set the meet record in the Division 25 Division 2 championships, 65.05. Jane's been in some big meets. She's finished second at the 24 Olympic trials. She got second at the 24 NCAAs. She is a veteran thrower. She told me, we were talking about what it's like to walk into a huge stadium at your first Olympics or Worlds, and she said it doesn't really bother her. She said she does not notice the difference. And I said,
She's a cool customer.
I hope that never changes. God bless you, and hopefully that will not change.
Alexandra looking to build on 61-30. That looks like another foul.
Alexandra, usually a pretty lively athlete. Loves to dance around, loves to laugh. Looks like she's struggling a little bit today.
She's got 3 more throws to figure it out.
She won the 2018 World Under 20 Gold. That's big stuff. Is it the yell? Is that why Melina's able to continue throwing far?
If you yell at it loud enough, it goes farther.
Especially in French. If you yell at it in French, you can keep throwing forever. She's not happy.
That is an improvement on today. 61-80. We are at 2:02.9 for Melina. That is her best throw of the day. She will be looking to get out further than that. Here's Shelby.
Shelby's PB 63.37. This is her first competition this year. I would think anything in the 60s. Oh, that's got a nice flight on it. I would think anything in the 60s, she'll be pretty happy, pretty comfortable with the opening of her season. She and her husband Marcus both work full time, as do other throwers like Alex Rose. They have what we would call real jobs. And she's learning how to balance that now. Again, her first year out of college. Coach Lena did not bring the baby.
Baby somewhere.
All right, 61-74. Obi got the bronze medal in the 22 African Championships, the silver medal in 24.
That turned over really early in the throw.
Obi, a former Princeton Tiger. And a published poet. I could not find any of her poems online. We're going to have to ask her.
Have a reciting, perhaps?
To recite one for us. Have you ever written poetry, Coach?
I have not written any poetry. Maybe a haiku or two, like in middle school, elementary school, but I don't remember any of mine.
Maybe an ode to Diet Coke?
That was before my Diet Coke days.
I could see you going free versing one about Diet Coke. Oh, Diet Coke, you are my world.
So, Coach, was Amanda's 64.29 was a PB?
That's fantastic. No wonder she was happy. And no wonder I was able to exclaim in French. And I'll do it again if she extends that PB. Amanda competing at the University of Cincinnati.
Yep.
For Coach Susan Seaton. There she is right there. Fantastic program there at Cincinnati. They have Annette, the silver medalist in the hammer
Checking okay.
from Paris. Yes.
One of my former throw big, throw far athletes throws there, Matthew Roosh.
He throws at Cincinnati?
Yes, he
Oh,
does.
fantastic.
Eric Sullins is coaching there now. With
That's
Susan
right.
And really enjoying it. And Susan was singing Eric's praises, saying how big of an asset he has been already this first year.
How big of a witch? Eric Sullins used to train with Ryan Krause for several years, in Arkansas. Erica's struggling, huh? Struggling to find
she just doesn't,
find a
she's
groove.
Doesn't look comfortable in there. She still leads 64-54 as we get into these fourth round throws here. Discus competition B. After this, we are going to see the competition A throwers. So those of you who are going to be watching with us all day, after competition B, we will see flight A, and the flights are constructed in groups of 8. That's not going to make it back inbounds. And the flights are constructed in the entries by their world ranking.
Right.
So the top 8 women who have entered today's meet are in flight A, the next 8 are in flight B, and the next 8 are in flight C. And the order today, flight B first, flight A second, and flight C, the way they are constructed, instead of flight 1, 2, 3, these are all 3 different competitions. And Don Milliken has constructed them that way so that each of these women can get 6 throws, so that
Right.
each of them can take advantage of the wind and maximize their day here at Throwtown Ramona. And so to construct them as individual competitions, if the flights were, if it was one competition, then only 8 throwers would get 6 throws. And so that's the construction of the meet and why. A better throw for Melina today.
Melina, one of the few fixed feet discus throwers, still at it. That was, there were back in the day that was not uncommon. Jürgen Schultz, Robert Harding, Sandra Perkovic still at it.
Yeah.
Most folks are reversing these days.
I think for the 1K discus that there are still a lot more women that throw fixed feet than there are men. But a lot more women are throwing fixed feet now than ever before. Or sorry, throwing with the reverse than ever before.
I wonder if that's an influence maybe of the shot put too. It seems like it's a lot harder to throw the rotational shot fixed feet. I wonder if that carries over to the disc.
I think that's true.
Let's go, Obi. You got this.
It's such an interesting thing, isn't it, to see athletes kind of struggle because they come here knowing the conditions. Like I talked to my athletes about this. We had a meet a week or so ago where it was cold and wet, and there were too many kids. You didn't get the flights were too big. Everything that could have gone well didn't go well. And I thought I complimented my guys because I thought they hung in there really well. And I said to them, the only place where you can guarantee everything goes great is in Ramona because it's warm, perfect wind. They give you a long warm-up period. Everybody is gracious. But even with those conditions all looking good today, Coach, it's warm out. The wind is blowing just the right direction. It seems like everybody's struggling, just about everybody, to find their comfort.
The wind that is here obviously can still wreak havoc on you if you don't hit the discus right, or you're not feeling comfortable getting out of the back, or you're off balance. All the things that happen to throwers on a good day or a bad day, I think the wind can actually, exacerbate. If you don't hit the discus right or well, a good wind can make the discus do terrible things.
Do you think it's harder to go into a competition filled with those expectations that, okay, the conditions are perfect, I'm never going to have it this good, I have got to throw a PR? Do you think that's harder than a normal meet where you're just kind of like, okay, I want to do my best, I want to raise my average or whatever? You've come here to throw a PR.
I think that the athletes put pressure on themselves in all sorts of ways, and I think
Yeah.
there's probably
Let's go, Corey.
pressure that these athletes put on themselves to do something extra special because of the circumstances that Throwtown offers them. Yeah, for sure.
And it makes me, I have great respect for Mikolas no matter what, but it makes me have even more respect for him because he comes here twice, both times knowing that anything less than a world record would be considered kind of a failure, right? Bangs out a world record both times.
I think that the naysayers of Throwtown Ramona and the people who are poo-pooing the wind and the results, I think are overlooking the what it takes to throw really well.
In whichever conditions.
Yeah, in any conditions, you've got to be a really fine-tuned machine to come in here and do what Matthew Denny's doing and what Sam Mattis is doing and Stephen Richter and Christian Shea through for the first few times here, and he's trying to find what he's capable of doing and put together some big throws.
Okay.
It's a better looking. That was a better looking movement for Erica in the ring.
Christian managed a PR the other day, but he wasn't happy about it, right? Because he's here to throw 75 meters.
Yeah, he wants to.
So anything less than that, he's going to be disappointed.
Yeah, he's looking for something bigger.
Speaking of finely tuned machine, did you know that that's what you're under in my contact list?
Why, thank you.
Joe Frontier, finely tuned machine. That's what it's going to say on the shirt too.
I don't know how to respond except to say.
Just, I can see in your eyes that you're tearing up a little bit, so you can go ahead and press the mute button if you need to.
There you go.
Jane Ulrich has been coached by Corey Martin. She started with him at University of Indiana, stayed with him at Louisville, and now is staying with him as a professional. And that, Coach Frontier, is a big plus for these athletes.
Yeah, I know you've said it in this broadcast and others, where athletes that find a coach where there's a common language and the training makes sense, and these two have found a language that makes sense and a training pathway where they can communicate, and Corey brings out the best in Jaden, and Jaden feels comfortable with Corey, and when it clicks, it clicks.
That relationship is so important, that trust.
Jaden Ulrich takes the lead with that 65-39 fifth round throw.
Alexandra's highest finish internationally, she got 10th in the final at the 25 World Championships. 11th in the Olympic final in Paris. So she's a veteran thrower. She's been out there in some huge competitions. I believe she trains in the United States. She was training with Doug Reynolds, and I think that is continued. Okay, that's not Doug Reynolds, but I believe she trains in the United States. As of last year, she was training in the United States. I haven't checked in with her yet this spring. Man, there's just, what is it about Melina that you just want that discus to go far?
There's no way not to cheer for her.
She's classy. She's old. I share one of those two qualities with her. She's just a credit to the sport. Her PB was in the final at the 16 Olympics when she got silver, 66.73. That's something to be proud of, huh?
Yeah, what Olympics was that? Rio?
Rio. She's been at it. She's been in how many Olympics? Like
7.
Oh my God.
Olympics. I think she fouled out in her first Olympics.
I think you're right.
Fouled all 3 throws.
So Shelby, there was a fine hammer and weight thrower in college. She was a point-scoring machine for the Minnesota Gophers and then the Texas Tech Raiders? Red Raiders?
Red Raiders.
Okay. Many points scored at NCAA competitions. And now she's just focusing on the discus. And also, as I mentioned, working full-time. But she's going to explore her potential in the discus.
Obi looking to build off of 61.79 from her round 3 throw in round 5 here.
Obi, an extremely well-rounded human. As I mentioned, she went to Princeton. She's a published poet. Yet somehow she communicates with Dane Miller.
You know, I have no poetry published, and she went to Princeton. She's smarter than both of us.
Yes. I will not argue that fact.
Now, Dan has books published, so you've got that to your
that's
credit.
true. That's true. That's true. But I do not have biceps like Dane Miller, so I'm feeling a little.
Dan, I'm going to say you don't have biceps like Obi.
I'm going to say you're absolutely correct, and I appreciate the body shaming because it keeps me humble. Nothing like being body shamed on the World Wide Web to keep a guy's ego in line.
Hey, if I'm not correct, Amanda is the only thrower in this flight that has a PB so far today, and so despite Jaden being in the lead today, I'm thinking Amanda's winning the day so far.
Yeah, I agree. You're here to throw a PB.
She's got the best outfit.
She's got the best outfit. She's here to throw a PB, maybe eat some barbecue, but definitely you want to go home with a PB.
Oh man,
That slipped.
Yep.
So you can see, folks, it's still really wet out there. It's not a lake anymore, but the ground is saturated. So they've laid down a lot of sheets of plywood. But, you got to be careful to keep those shoes dry and keep that discus dry. And a little slippage on your fingers or a little slippage on the shoes, and the throw goes awry. And then you got to walk over and explain yourself to that guy with the giant biceps.
Round 6 here.
Yeah, another misfire.
If you are a keen-eyed fan, in the background here, under the umbrella, is Wolfgang Schmidt.
He gets the biggest umbrella because he's Wolfgang Schmidt.
What can you tell us about Wolfgang Schmidt?
One of the greats. He was a product of the old East Germany. I know when I was in high school in the 70s and becoming obsessed with throwing, he was a throws god. Got the silver medal in the 76 Olympics. Had the famous hug afterwards with Mac Wilkins. They were friends from, competing against each other. Was later imprisoned in East Germany because he wouldn't kind of go with the flow, right? And in a totalitarian society, they don't appreciate that. Got out, continued to throw, moved to California. He's had a really, really eventful life.
Mm-hmm.
But his technique, I think, is considered by many to be the most elegant, fantastic technique. What do you think? Where would you put him?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up when there wasn't YouTube.
Right.
I'm a tiny bit younger than Dan. But as someone who, grew up a lover of the throws before, Dan and I both, before YouTube and all the other things that we have these days, there was a lot of Wolfgang Schmidt video that was the kind of thing that you could find more readily available than a lot of other things. And so
Mac Wilkins did his famous throws instructional video.
Yeah.
And holy cow, when I was early in my coaching career, I just wore that thing out in the VCR.
Yeah.
And Wolfgang's technique figured prominently in that, and just a thing of beauty.
So long, these really long levers, and it was majestic. So currently, Jaden's 6th round throw, 64-65, doesn't surpass her 65-39, but she has the 2 best throws in this competition. Erica still in 2nd, 64-54. Amanda, 64-29, is in 3rd, and Melina sits in 4th place at 61-80, and she's looking to build on that here in round 6 as we.
Melina has a 13 World Championship silver to go with that silver in Rio. She got a 2017 World Championship bronze. So she's got a little hardware in her cabinet, in her trophy case.
Yeah, she does.
Shelby got 4th in the USA's last year, which qualified her for Tokyo because Val had Loggy. I'm sorry, Loggy had the automatic bye last year, so the United States was able to qualify 4 discus throwers, and Shelby on her last attempt. Busted out of 61.11 and qualified for the World Championships. A big moment in her career.
As you guys watch Obi's final throw and the last few throwers here in Competition B, the start list for Competition A, which will be starting shortly after we wrap up this Competition B and some warm-ups. Valerie Sion, Yorinda Van Klinken, Sierra Jackson, Marika Steinecker, Gabby Jacobs, Alita Van Dalen, Samantha Hall, and Veronica Fraley. So we have just a phenomenal group of throwers in this competition.
That's a powerful lineup, Coach.
And we will have every single one of those throws here on USATF TV and Throws University for you. So don't leave us when we're done here, but make sure you keep following along. And the schedule today, if you're staying with us and you didn't hear us earlier, 1:30 will be the start of Flight A. 3 p.m. Women's Flight C. And then remember, tomorrow's men's Flight A and B have been moved to today, and those will start at 4:30. And men's Flight B will start tonight at 6 p.m. if all of the weather cooperates, which we are hoping it does more than yesterday.
I actually got up early and sacrificed a goat this morning, so I think we're going to be okay.
Unless you're the goat.
The goat did not have a good start to the day. I'm interested, Coach, to see. So almost top to bottom, this flight struggled in what looks to be a really great wind. Will the next flight of the top-ranked women be able to find the groove and take advantage of these conditions?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the wind is a factor. It's blowing in the right direction. You've got every circle here that you can dream of at Throwtown Ramona to take advantage of the angle of the wind. It's just a matter of can you harness it? And this next flight will see if they can do it.
We'll find out. I'm Dan McQuaid of McThrows.com and Track and Field News with my partner here, Joe Frontier of Throw Big Throw Far and Thrower X. And we will be back in an hour or so.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
I'm here with Jaden Ulrich, the winner of the B flight here for the women's discus. Getting the day rolling in the discus circle, 65-39 today. How are we feeling about that one, Jaden?
I'm feeling pretty good. I came out here hoping for probably a better mark. You know, it's Ramona, but I had a great series. I felt really good about Thursday also, so I mean, I can ask for more.
Yeah, Thursday was 65-49, I think, just a 10-centimeter difference between the 2 days. We talked a little bit before about trying to build that consistency this year. What do you kind of attribute your consistency this weekend to? What was working for you in the circle?
I think just zoning in on cues. I feel like everyone says that, but now instead of doing like 4 cues in a ring, it's like 1 cue and then just work with whatever I'm creating off the back. So I think that helped me out this weekend.
Definitely. Collegiate career done, transition into the professional career now. How's that transition been for you? You still training in Louisville?
I am still training in Louisville, and it hasn't been that bad for me, mainly because I don't really pay attention to anything other than throwing. So anything,
Not a bad way to live.
nothing really affects me. Like my schedule is not complete. I don't really care. I know that when a meet comes, I'll just have to put the shoes on and go throw. So it's gone pretty smoothly.
Yeah, 265s today, and then I think you had a 63 and a 62 earlier in the year to open up your season. What are some goals for you in 2026? You don't have a team to make necessarily, so what would be the successful 2026 look like for Jaden Ulrich?
Keeping my consistency going through the whole season, and getting as many points at meets as I can.
Where are we seeing you next?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see you somewhere. Congrats,
Perfect.
Jaden.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Don Milliken, the owner and namesake of Milliken Field here at Throwtown Ramona. Don, it's the third year that this World Invitational has been a bronze level meet. We've seen some great marks on Thursday, Friday, even early this morning, but the big shows are coming up now. How excited are you for these A flights of the discus?
Always excited, but I even love the B's and the C's to see people hit their PRs and the excitement in their faces. I mean, Amanda just hit her PR right by our meter, and that's what really gives me a lot of joy. Is not just the big marks, but seeing people accomplish goals. Sometimes that goal is to be the first time they're over 60 meters, and the excitement that they have from that. And so, yes, I'm excited about the A flights and the A competitions, but I like to see everybody being able to do things they didn't think they could do.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit about back when you and Caleb started this to now, can you talk a little bit about how much this meet and this facility has grown, and really it's become such a staple of the throwing community now?
Yeah, when we built the thing, we thought maybe after 10 years, it might catch on, right? And over time. And then, Alex Rose, we had a soft opening in 2023, and we just had a small meet. Alex Rose shows up. CC shows up. Alex hits a world lead. CC hits the Olympics the World Championship qualifying standard, and everybody's looking at that being posted online, going, "What in the world is going on down in that cow pasture?" Right? And so we're like, "Okay, fine." And so then we decided, well, why don't we try a bronze meet? You never know what's going to happen, and maybe people will show up. And then suddenly, the world shows up.
Yeah.
And we have a world record, and we have everybody hitting really great marks. And then we say, well, the next year, right? And then the next year, really everybody shows up. and we had, I mean, all the people hitting their, over 70 meters, or what, 5 guys over 70 meters. But again, the real happiness I get from it is I love that, but so many people hit their qualifying standard in 24 and 25 to get to go to the Olympics, to be an Olympian.
Joe Brown getting that in
Joe
24
Brown,
is something
oh,
I'll never
yeah,
forget.
and others. I mean, Obi, last year being able to go to the World Championships because at the very last she hits the standard here, and she kind of broke down on her knees, and just being able to see that image. So our goal really is to give athletes opportunities, and if they're able to hit that standard and be able to go to the World Championships or go to the Olympics, I mean, that's a life-changing event for them. I mean, I told Joe, and I've told the others, I said, once you're an Olympian, you're always an Olympian, right? You will all be able to say that the rest of your life, and they're being able to do that because they're hitting their marks here.
When you mention opportunities, we're seeing, I know talking with Caleb last year is very intentional about building this out as more than just a discus meet. We saw Cameron Rogers competing last night,
Yeah.
Roger Steen and Chase Jackson today. How excited are you to see this turning into not just the best place in the world to throw discus, but potentially the best place in the world to throw, period?
Well, and that's what I really am, happy about, but also surprised by, right? Because obviously, the wind doesn't help the hammer. The wind doesn't help the shot put. In fact, they were throwing against the wind, today in the men's event. And that yet people are still coming. And what, I mean, I ask them about it. I say, why are you coming? And they just love the atmosphere. I mean, it's a supportive atmosphere. Everybody's cheering for everybody else. Everybody's encouraging everybody, wanting them to hit great marks. And, that's why they like coming. And so I'm really, really happy for that the athletes are feeling, valued and respected and encouraged.
Wind's feeling pretty good right now, Don.
Really good.
We got a flight of the women's discus coming up at 1:30.
Yeah.
The men go at 4:30. You think we're seeing some world records today?
We could. I know that Maddie's aiming for it. I mean, when he talks about his distance that he's happy with, I mean, he hit 74, right? How can you not be happy with 74? No, he wants 76. And he thinks he can do it. I think he can do it. We've got the wind for him to do it, so it's just a matter of whether he hits it.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Don, thank you so much for your time. Again, thank you so much for being a part of this facility. And let's go watch some big throws.
Sounds great. Looking forward to it.
Ladies, Group A, the ring is open for practice. Group A. Group A, ladies, the ring is open. Group A, ladies, the ring is open. You have 30 minutes warm up. Caleb, they got a question about this. They should be bringing this. Can you find out if anything got impound? Okay.
A flight in the Discus. Coach Frontier and I'm Dan McQuaid from McThrows.com and Track and Field News. Coach Frontier and I were just watching the warm-ups up there, and the ladies are slinging it. Val looks about 10 times more comfortable than she did on Thursday. Wouldn't you say, Coach?
Yeah, I just talked with Coach Zeb Sion, and he said, yes, just a different person today.
Outstanding.
And that is what we saw, and Val's husband and coach confirmed what we saw. So this should be a very exciting competition today. Lolita Vandalen, you see her warming up. She had a new PB on Thursday, 67.99 for the Florida Gator and Dutch Phenom. Looking forward to what she can do today.
Was talking to Dane Miller up there, and one, we just want Coach Ventura and I just want to assure his family that he is not swearing, overly swearing up there.
I was just
It's the exactly appropriate amount of swearing, I think, for a throws coach.
I was just talking with Obi and said that Coach Dane gave me some fantastically positive affirmations today. So
That's really nice. And Coach, I have to tell you, my favorite moment of the weekend previously was Sam Mattis breaking the American record. Got a new favorite moment.
what do you got?
Well, when we were watching the men's competition on Thursday, my wife observed that Roger Stona looked grouchy, like he was throwing. He wasn't thrilled with his throws. Yeah, he threw 70 meters, but as we know, guys come in here with big expectations, and sometimes a 70-meter throw is disappointing to them. But anyway, that was her analysis. He was too grouchy. A few minutes ago, my wife and I were walking up to the warm-ups for these ladies, and Roger was sitting there. And my wife walked up to Roger and said, "Listen, if you want to throw farther, stop being so grouchy." And
What did he say?
he took the high road and laughed. He looked at me, and he expressed. I could tell his eyes were expressing sympathy for me. And he said, "Yeah, you're right." So look for a less grouchy, highly motivated Roger Stona in the men's competition later today.
All due to Alice.
Oh my!
Veronica Fraley warming up. So we are in the final stages of warm-ups, and we should be getting started very shortly here for this competition A group.
So Dane said, I asked him what his observation was of the earlier flight because he was right there on the scene, and we, from our vantage point here, it felt like that it never got really going, right? There wasn't great energy. It's easy for us to say sitting behind these microphones. But Dane said the same thing. He said for some reason, nobody ignited the flight. And it made me think of in years past. In 24, it was Mika Sosna who threw a huge PB 68.96 on the Sunday men's competition. That was the world record day for Mika Las. But it seemed like, so Mika threw that bomb. Actually, he was in the next to last flight. So he threw it, and a bunch of people went off after that, both in his flight and the following flight in the final. And because he threw it, he was really demonstrative. Mika is a very energetic young man, and that's kind of
set it off.
Set it off.
I think sometimes, we were just talking with Roger Steen about, sometimes the crowd brings the energy. Sometimes the athlete needs to bring the energy. Sometimes the performances bring the energy.
Yep.
And that energy can be a catalyst, or somebody can kind of light the candle, or light the stick.
So what we need is, I think Val might be the opening thrower here. What we need is for Val to get in and hammer one and just set it off, and I think we'll see some amazing results. One of maybe my favorite thrower in here, as far as how much I admire her potential, is Sierra Jackson.
Last year's NCAA champion.
Yeah, and threw great in the Eugene Diamond League Meet the Pre, and threw great in the Diamond League Final. In spite of never, having zero international experience before that. But I think she's immensely gifted. So I'd love to see her. I'd love to see Val start us off. Somebody light the candle and let the other throws like Sierra and Yorinde and Alita just get comfortable in that aggressive way and start dropping some bombs.
You're seeing two of the hardest working people right here. Caleb Seal with the leaf blower is one of the chief architects of this facility and of this event, and is kind of crucial to all of this coming together, and is just tireless in pulling this event off in every way, down to making sure the circle's perfect. And then the other guy with the checkerboard, we were talking about this earlier today, that is Christoph Kipp, former thrower himself, but a biomechanics professor at Marquette University, where he has 8 cameras set up on this discus circle and has 3 years running, he is taking massive amounts of biomechanical information on all of these throws. He's taking wind readings. He will do a massive data analysis on all of these throwers and each one of their throws, and then gift that back to the throwers community as he tries to understand what's happening in each one of these throws about.
Speaking of which, here we go. This, I believe, is Val. Val's going to open the competition right here.
So Valerie struggled on Thursday. You know, it was evident she just didn't look like herself. And I think she is poised and ready after what we saw in the warm-ups to be a little bit of a different person here on Saturday.
Val has the tigress gene, and you know, if she felt for whatever reason a little embarrassed by her performance on Thursday, watch out today, because she has a way of bouncing back.
I think she's a pro. I don't know that she gets embarrassed anymore. Disappointed probably is the word, and for whatever
Yeah, that's
reason,
probably more accurate.
You know, for whatever reason, she just didn't feel like herself, and she looks like she is recalibrated and she is ready to rock.
The disc was flying up there. Mariki Steinecker throwing bombs.
She had such a nice day, I thought.
Yeah.
On Thursday.
She, like, we're talking about Melina. Marika is still fixed feet, which is sort of a classic throwback technique now. It used to be the standard German, maybe East German style, right? Going back to Jürgen Schultz and then Robert Harding and Lars Riedel and a lot of the fine German women. So she stuck with that. And it's pretty cool. I think actually watching fixed feet discus throwers, I think it's pretty dang cool the way they stick that block and all that energy just transfers out through the arm when it's done well. Pretty good stuff. But again, you know, we're excited. We were just up there watching, and the disc is flying beautifully. The conditions are sensational. Strong wind, right to left, very much like the world record day. I think maybe definitely last year, the world record day. And nice and warm out there. It's just fantastic. And not a huge number of people, but the people that are here are locked in and excited. And the nice thing, too, about this competition, that's probably true at others, too. These athletes get to know each other well, but they really support each other. So there's a shelter just a few feet from the ring where they retire to between throws to have a seat. And there's just the vibe in there is really friendly and really supportive. And you'll see if somebody throws a bomb, they're going to get some love from their competitors, and then their competitors are going to get in and try to one-up them.
Some of the men who are going to compete tomorrow are here. A lot of the shot putters that competed earlier today went and got lunch, showered, came back. They want to watch today. They're here watching. We got some fans surrounded around the back of this ring.
First up is going to be Valerie Ullman-Sion, recently married to Coach Zeb, two-time Olympic champ, world championship gold, silver, and bronze, 5-time Diamond League winner. She must have a fairly large trophy case to display all that, Coach.
73.52 last year here at Throwtown. She was reticent to come, you know, and I think rightfully so. The pressure to kind of perform in this wind, and now they've embraced it. And we'll see what she can do on Saturday.
Yep. There you go, Val.
Yeah, there you go. That's way different than Thursday. If she's feeling it, she's comfortable today, Coach, we're going to see something.
Yeah. That just looked much smoother than almost every one of her releases on Thursday. So, looks like a deep breath and like, yeah, that's more like me. Take a deep breath and know that she's got 5 more ahead of her and she gets to play around now. Yeah. 71 meters, nice and easy, and a deep breath there. You see that?
I'm pretty sure that was a safety throw, Coach. I think you're going to see her unleash the beast now. Urinde got one of our favorites. I got to say, Coach, if I can speak for you.
Yep.
One of the most delightful athletes in this sport, full of delightful folks. Her opener was Thursday, right? That wasn't that her first discus competition of the year?
It was.
That 70-22 was set several years ago. That's a great story.
Yeah, she was still a college athlete then. It was her first meet competing with the reverse. And she was at the University of Oregon, and her throw on Thursday was her second best throw of her career. This is really early in the season for her, and she said as much and surprised herself with her 68-meter throw on Thursday. So let's see what she starts with today. 68.91 for her first throw today. So she's
Season's
off with a
best,
bang
yeah.
already. Yeah, that surpasses her throw on Thursday on throw number 1.
Sierra Jackson's coming up now, and again, I'm not going to put the pressure on her of saying she's my pick to click because that'll probably ruin her day, but she's my pick to click someday. Let's put it that way. She's a 70-meter thrower.
She is a special athlete.
Yeah.
She's got some tools. She's built like a rubber band.
Yeah, right. She's kind of like Mikolas, right? She just has that elastic, kind of bouncy, athletic look. I remember the first time I saw Lars Riedel up close at a meet, like actually a meet a lot like this, the throwers only meet in Switzerland, and he was like that. He just bounded by in his warm up, and it was like he was like a 6'7" gazelle. They just have that kind of like you and I, just that athletic bounce. We just exude athleticism.
Yeah, I often get confused for a gazelle.
Right? Me too.
Fortunately, everyone who's ever confused me didn't have their glasses on.
One of my students once told me I reminded her of a manatee. So that which is not very gazelle-like.
What's like a sea cucumber?
Yes. She meant it in a nice way, though. And I flunked her. Nope, she didn't get that one. See, it's the curse of the McQuaid pick right there.
It's like a Ken the Hawk Harrelson call.
Yep.
The pick to click.
Yep, and it's the curse. I'm sorry, Sierra, to hang that on you. I don't know if you noticed, Coach, but Texas Tanner was filming Sierra for filming. Oh, there he is, right there. I think.
Athletes
See?
taking
Oh, no.
care of each other.
Yeah, there he is. That's a powerful combo. Texas Tanner, and Sierra Jackson. That is a powerful combination. That would be a great superhero movie. Those two just flying around, kicking everybody's ass. All the bad guys just kicking ass. Don't need
Texas Tanner's
weapons.
like Captain America.
He is absolutely Captain America.
I thought Marika looked really good in the circle on Thursday, and I'm sure she's looking for some more distance today. Her personal best is 67.31. She did not surpass that, but I thought her series looked really good on Thursday. So there's some
Really good.
consistency in there, and so maybe she's just looking for the big one.
I'm not going to curse her, but all right. So I'm not going to say anything nice. Oh, see, I was thinking something nice made her beef that one. She got 4th in the Olympics. That was a big moment for her in Paris. She's never got on a podium, an international podium. She's 34 years old, and she's just hung in there, been a world-class thrower for a long time, and I'm sure she's looking to get on a podium finally in Beijing and or Los Angeles.
I watched Gabby Jacobs' practice session yesterday morning after Thursday's session, where Thursday she just couldn't connect. Gosh, right at the end of practice, I saw her just take a couple of beautiful throws. So I'm hoping she can pick up where she left off at yesterday's practice session.
She's a great person. She was coached in high school by one of my former throwers, Peter Trofimuk. Works with Dane now, so.
She's got a pretty significant knee injury that she's working around and through. And
What was the knee injury? She's taped up.
She's got a partial tear that,
Ouch.
yeah, it's just going this route.
3rd at USA's last year, qualified for Tokyo. I offered Dane my sunblock when I was up there, and he declined. So if his family's still listening, I just want you to know it's not my fault when he comes home with incredibly painful
So I
sunburn.
heard you guys do the same bicep workout.
We do, and it actually works for him. So I'm not sure what's the difference, Coach.
I think he does the workout.
He might
just,
actually.
You just have the same workout.
I think he's one of those guys that's just all natural.
All right, let's go, Alita.
Eats Twinkies.
66:31 was her PB until Thursday.
All right, there we go. Come
Good
on.
flight.
We need somebody to ignite this thing. Lita was the under-23 European shot and disc champ in 2023. Her brother's at Florida now with her fine. He's a 20-meter shot put, I want to say, right? Her brother?
That's true. Yeah. She decided to redshirt her outdoor season this year so that she could have a full indoor and outdoor next year to be with her brother for one more season at Florida.
That's kind of nice. Samantha Hall represents Jamaica internationally. Her PB 64.97 last July here in Ramona. All right, Coach, so I'm surprised this is kind of going the way the last flight did. We're waiting for somebody to blow it up.
Well, I would say that Val and Yorinda maybe blew it up too much and people couldn't follow.
Let's see. We need someone to drop a bomb and go crazy. We need Zeb to rip his shirt off. Like, we need Val to go, 74. Zeb rips his shirt off. Dane already has his shirt mostly off. And everybody just goes nuts and starts dropping bombs.
I think Zeb's going to keep his shirt on. I think that might be advised.
All right. There's Rajendra Campbell. We saw him throwing the shot earlier today.
Super consistent series. Everything kind of in the 2050s as he's working through the first part of his outdoor season.
He is a fine shot putter, Coach.
Veronica Fraley here. It's a good-looking start for her.
Veronica, I believe, is working with Paul Wilson remotely.
I think that's true.
Paul Wilson, British coach, who's been the coach of Chase Jackson for several years. And he is a full-time coach now, working mostly remotely. He's all day on Zoom calls or FaceTime.
Bigger and bigger stable of athletes. 64-15 for Veronica to open, and that's a nice throw for her to start the day. Veronica's PB is 68.72, so she's got some work to do to get there, but that's a good opener.
I thought she looked really good warming up as well, Coach. All right, here's Val. This is it, Coach, right here. We're getting it started. No, that wasn't it.
Still looks way more comfortable than Thursday. Thursday just, if anyone goes back to that live feed, she just didn't look like herself. We are so accustomed to seeing Valerie Sion now, I should say. I got to get used to it. I got to practice that. Looking in control with this super stable technique that's just almost like this. Almost machine-like, where it's so replicable.
Very Krauser-like in just that consistency. Okay, that's a nice flight.
I don't know if that got back into the sector.
Let's see.
Maybe just in. She had a bomb of a warm-up almost. I think might have been her last warm-up throw. Yorinda just absolutely crushed it, and it was started way outside of the right sector, and it didn't quite get back in. That looked like it got back in just barely. How big is that? 70-20. So there's Yorinda's second best throw ever by 2 centimeters. Did you see her reaction? She was almost surprised that it went that far.
That's fantastic.
So her second throw in her career over 70 meters, and she was kind of surprised that it went so far. So I'm going to guess that she didn't feel great about that disc in the ring. So maybe there's more in there for Yorinda.
No, Sierra missed that one. Do you want to do rock, paper, scissors to see which one of us is going to run up there and rip his shirt off and get this thing going?
I'm out. I think just text Dane. Just Dana said, just drop.
I don't think it'll shock anybody though. We need the shock. We need the shock factor to kick in here. Something. It's like the heart paddles. That is a flight full of fantastic discus throwers and a fantastic discus day. No pressure, ladies. Ricky's PB of 67.31, she said, in Wiesbaden, Germany in 24.
5'9", 3'8". Let's go, Gabby. 3'8". Come on, Gabby.
Coach, I think it's just like golf. You know, you can hammer those drives at the range, and then you get up to the first tee, and there's a couple of groups behind you watching you, and not so easy to hammer the drives. Lita, we found out in our host competition interview the other day, Brett Shirting, as you mentioned. So her focus is on the European Championships, where she'll compete the shot and in the shot and the disc.
It's a good looking throw.
Who's got better fashion sense, me or that guy with the stick?
Well, I like it. The boots are sensible. It's a sensible.
That's true. That's true. He has that excuse.
Form over fashion today.
He is dressed sensibly. You're a kind man. Your go-to mode is always kindness. Here I am making fun of the poor guy. He's out there working his butt off.
60-20 is not an improvement for Alita.
Had a really interesting talk with Rajendra there after the shot put. I can fill you in a little bit later about his decision to change his allegiance to Turkey.
Samantha really long out of the back. I like the back half of her.
So we were talking about that during the men's shot, that in neither Rajendra or Roger, I think, has gone on record as to say what the deal is financially to switch to Turkey. But I mentioned to him, that I'd done some research, and I said, I don't blame you. This is an obvious decision because, according to the article I read,
Okay, there you go.
Turkey's financial support is many, many, many times greater than what he was getting in Jamaica. And he said it actually goes well beyond the financial aspect.
Veronica with a big throw. 67 meters.
There we go.
67.01 for Veronica Fraley.
Nicely done.
219 feet 10 inches. She looked good.
She was 24 NCAA champ, coach, with 63.66. Are we back to the top now? Back to Val.
Round 3.
So according to Rajendra, the Jamaican athletes don't get much support. Like even if they get injured, they're on their own. It just sounds like it's just bare bones.
Is that just the throwers? Do you think the sprinters are supported differently?
I didn't ask him. That's a great question. That is a great question. It's hard to imagine.
Until recently, I just feel like Jamaica equals sprinting, and the emergence of this deep throwing tradition is relatively new.
Right,
That is deep.
All right, Val, did she do it? Did she do it? Is she getting us rolling here?
That's a big throw. Maybe in the 72s, my heart says. How big? We're waiting for the number just like you guys. 73-10. We're creeping into
All
that.
right, there we go. There we go.
73-10.
All right, let's go, ladies.
So last year, folks, if you're keeping track at home, 73.52 is the American record that Val set last year. That she hit way better than her throw last year. That's a big throw.
All right, all right. I think
That's
Val
a-
lit the candle, Coach.
That's a really big throw from Urinda. Oh, yeah. She knows it. So Val with a big 73-10 in round 3, and Urinda follows it up with another big throw for Urinda. Think a PB. Yeah, she's happy about that one. 70-76. Good job, Urinda.
Outstanding. Nicely done. Rinda with the World Championship silver last year in Tokyo. She threw 67.50 in that big old stadium, so she's got some power. She got some horsepower.
And a heck of a shot putter as well.
And she loves the shot. People advise her apparently often to just focus on the discus, but she won't do it. She loves that shot put.
Fun facts to know and yell about Urinda Van Klinken. When she was an NCAA athlete at Arizona State University and then finishing at University of Oregon, she never lost a track and field meet.
Holy guacamole. Sierra coming up. Sierra shocked everybody at that NCAA meet last year. I want to see, was it her opening attempt? She went 65.82, personal best. Broke the meet record that Urinde had held. And she had been very inconsistent, Coach, for a couple of years. I guess for her whole college career. I don't mean that in a mean way, but she had great potential. But if she was up, she was down. She had foul trouble, and then she just gets in and kills one to open up that NCAA discus competition.
Save that.
There we go. Oh baby! Wait, didn't I say she was my pick to click?
She just clicked. That's a big throw from Sierra Jackson.
That loud sound you hear in the background is Sierra Jackson clicking.
What did I just do? I don't know. I'm lip reading. What she just did was throw 67.25, 220 feet, 7 inches.
Nice. Her PB, believe it or not, was at the pre 67.82.
Stadium.
And it's not a huge stadium in Eugene, but as we know, it's not like throwing in an open field like this. And just throwing against the best competition in the world at the pre. She's a
gamer.
She's a gamer. All right, Ricky, let's go. Oh, I should have written down some German exclamations. Oh no! If that's a PB, Coach, I'm not sure. Do you know? Can you scream anything in German?
I don't know.
Any
German.
celebratory German in your vocabulary?
No, terrible.
Damn it.
6399.
It's an improvement. 63.99.
No, that's not what she's looking for.
No,
No need to shout German just yet.
Let's go, Gabby. All you.
Gabby Jacobs is up next.
Wunderbar, maybe? Does that count? Should I scream Wunderbar if she hits one?
That's German.
Okay.
That is what Gabby looked like near the end of her
Nice.
session yesterday. Much cleaner movement than her first throw today, and most of her throws Thursdays just didn't look comfortable.
Gabby, SEC champ, 17, 18, and 19.
Keep building, Gabby.
62.45. That smile. That's a great smile.
Go, Lita.
There's Alita.
There we go.
On Thursday, not only did she PB, but she had the best yell of the day.
Yeah,
out
she's,
of all the throwers,
yep.
men and women.
She brings the excitement.
That's what I'm talking about, people. 69-17 for
Outstanding.
Alita. Another PB. Big PB for her. 67.99 the other day, and now 69.17. The wind is helping everybody today.
Alita not likely to make it on the World Series of Poker. You can read what she's feeling. You can read it on her face. Fantastic. Fantastic.
The Gators are chomping.
Do you think she came to Florida just so she could do that gator chomp? She seems to just love that.
She's good at it.
She's
at
good,
It. She's
yep.
been practicing. Samantha's at 62.07. Let's see if she can catch this fire that everybody seems to be catching. You were talking about if you want to light this up. Round 3 has been.
We did it. We did it.
Round. Oh, that's a better flight.
Samantha got 12th in the World Championship final last year, 25. You'll see her walk over and talk to Rajendra Campbell, I want to say, between attempts.
That's her best throw of the day. 62.45 by a little bit. Or 66.39.
Outstanding. All right, we're rolling now, folks. We are rolling here at Throwtown Ramona.
Fireworks.
Yeah, there's Rajendra coaching her up. If he tells you to block harder, you block harder, coach. A guy like that. Misfire for Veronica.
So we are through round 3 here. Valerie, 73.10, inching closer to her American record. Jorinda Van Klinken has 2 throws over 70 meters, 70.76. Alita Van Dalen, 69.17. Sierra Jackson, 76.25. Veronica Fraley, 67.01. Samantha Hall, 66.39. Maruke Steinacker, 63.99, and Gabby Jacobs at 62.45. And here we go, round 4. Let's see if these fireworks can continue.
Val is the seven-time USA champ. Doesn't seem like she's that old, coach. She's been winning those USA titles for quite some time. And she was not, I believe, NCAA champ, right?
She was never an NCAA champ.
She saved it up, coach, for the post-collegiate years. Pause for reordering. So go back to Rajendra and the change of allegiance. Again, you know, he just felt like Jamaica was just not interested in supporting the throwers. And Turkey is very, very supportive. He goes there for training camps. Apparently they have, you know, really nice facility. They get medical, whatever they need. So in addition to whatever the financial bonuses are, they're just supported. His coach is paid, whereas Jamaica did not pay his coach. Jamaica would not even cough up a pass.
Sarah Jackson is 5th. Alita Van
Basically,
Dalen
they
is
just
6th. Brenda Van Klinken is 7th. And Valerie Sion
Which way?
is throwing 8th.
The case now that they have signed on with Turkey. He also said that it's possible that those guys will be eligible for the World Championships next year. They're waiting to find out.
Gabby, you're up.
I had thought they were.
Who makes that decision? World Athletics?
Yeah, and he said it's this decision may already have been made. They just the gears move slowly and they haven't been informed yet. Initially, I was under the impression they were not going to be eligible internationally until the Olympics, but it could be that you'll see those guys at the European Championships in 27 and the World Championships. I'll tell you what, you throw Roger Stone into the European Championships discus, that's going to be a spicy comp. Roger, Mikolas, Christian, Daniel. Not too shabby. So we've reordered now for the final 3 rounds. Now you can hear the frustration coming out of Ricky there. It's got to be frustrating, Coach, when the conditions are perfect and you're expecting PBs and they're not happening.
Let's go. Oh, keep it.
Oh.
That was big.
Veronica, you're up.
I'm going to go out on a limb and guess. If you are watching the live feed today, you're either a Discus fan or you're related to somebody in the field.
They are forcing you to watch it.
But if you're looking for some historical significance here, obviously, what's at stake for Valerie personally? 73.52 is the American record, and she holds it. She broke it last year, so if she could improve the American record. Ahead of her on the all-time list are 5 women, and all of those women threw in Eastern European countries in the 1980s. Between 1984 and 1988, all of those throws were made, and to say that the circumstances of those women are questionable, is that fair?
That is fair.
Next up on the list from Valerie's 73.52 is 73.84. And then you get into the 74s, and then, Gabrielle Rinch at 76.80. The only track and field record that the women hold that outperforms the men's list record. And it is a ridiculous number. It's a crazy number.
Crazy.
So, are any of those numbers at play today? I would say Val, through 3 rounds, says yes. Let's go chase one of those numbers.
And to me, that's one of the great things about this place, Coach, is, it's just discouraging to look back on the record books and say, I can never get in the top 10 or 20 or 50 all time, because the list is loaded with people who used certain supplements. And it's nice. It's nice for people to come here and have a chance, like Val, to move up on that all-time list.
And I hate to, I'm not one to really disparage, especially, I guess, I want to say on some of the men and women from that era, because I think a lot of it was kind of state-sponsored.
Right.
Where it was just kind of systematically done. So I don't want to cast dispersions or point fingers. I don't know what else to say about it. That it was just kind of the way things were done in a different era.
It's the way things are done, and it's hard to blame the individual athlete, because if you live in a totalitarian society, you have a choice of either do what you're told or lose your apartment, lose your job, your livelihood, whatever. There's a lot of ways to coerce athletes. Not everyone went with the flow, but it's hard to blame an individual for doing that. That said, it's a tragic era, and it's just really nice to see people in this more modern era move up on those lists.
I talked with Sam Mattis the other day after his big American record throw. How do you, after a big throw, and I just saw Alita's face after that throw, after she released it, knew right away. How do you kind of control your excitement after you have a big PR and kind of keep doing your job and not get too excited? And Alita just had that face where it's like, I tried too hard to throw it far. Dorinda has settled into something pretty nice here today. Her series so far, 68-91, 70-20, and 70-76. And again, her first words to me were, "It's way too early for me." So
yeah.
69.83 is her throw there. That is a typo. So 69.83 in round 4. So she is very consistent and way out there today. Here is Val. Let's see if she can continue to build here. 73.10. And when you
Misfire.
see her coming, that's mark of a pro's pro right there. It's like right after the throw, she kind of knew that wasn't what I wanted to do, and she's already kind of making the correction. She'll look at the video, or Zeb will look at the video and talk a little bit about it. She probably already knows what she did. Stay in. Marika's going to come up next. I don't know what else to say about that era, especially in women's athletics.
It seems like doping made a bigger difference percentage-wise, added more to the performances of women than to men. And I hate to sound like I'm spouting pseudoscience, but like if you look at this discus record at 76 meters, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And we'll see. And hopefully there'll be more competitions like this. The athletes will keep getting better and better, and we'll start knock down that record. I mean, I think that'll be a great day for the sport when a modern athlete finally jumps that.
When I say that number out loud, it just seems like absurd.
It seems made up.
If you missed our coverage of the men's and women's shot put earlier today, Throws University will have the live feeds on their YouTube channels. So if you're watching in USATF TV, or obviously if you're watching us on Throws University now, the live feeds will be saved and you'll be able to go back and watch those videos. Roger Steen had a fantastic series today, and he won with a throw of 21.77. And after a great performance indoors, he won his second indoor world medal, bronze this year after a silver last year, and he's in a pretty heavy training cycle as he's just at the beginning of his outdoor season. So great performance from him. Chase Jackson decided to compete today. She was unsure a couple weeks ago, even a week ago, and she decided to compete. She went 20.13 this morning, and you can see all of those throws on Throws University. So if you want to go back and watch those, please do so. We're going to have all sorts of coverage of the competition C after this, and men's A and B competitions as well, and then 2 competitions tomorrow of men's discus later in the afternoon.
Veronica missed the final in Paris 2 years ago by 9 centimeters. She's a veteran thrower. She's competed internationally. She was in Budapest on the U.S. team. Made the team for Eugene Worlds in 22. She began her career at Clemson and transferred to Vanderbilt. Sierra was, I believe, a Fresno State Bulldog.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
Fresno State
Threw for
Bulldog.
Joe Riccio. That will not be an improvement for Sierra. She's out at 67.25. Alita's coming up next. Yorinda and Val as we close out with the top 3 throwers here in round 5, and we've got a 6th round to finish still. That looked like a smoother throw than that forced throw Alita had in round 4. All of the throws competition here at Oklahoma is brought to you by Throws Pro. Throws Pro throwing equipment. If you need anything throwing related, you can go to throwspro.com. throws.com and get all the things you need from Throws Pro. Special thanks to Scott Kapos for sponsoring the World Invitational. Check out Throws Pro. 6603 for Alita. You're into putting together a very special series of throws here. Let's see what she has in round 5. Nope, that's not it.
Coach, could you discuss the difference between Throws Pro and Thrower X? Because they're kind of related. You're involved in both. Scott's involved in both. Can you tell us about those two companies?
Yeah, so Thrower X is online throws education, and started by myself and Ryan Whiting and Scott Kapos, where we created a website that has a series of online courses and online resources for throws coaches and throwers who need help. Whether it's step-by-step instruction or programming, shot put, discus, hammer, and javelin weight room programming, and we kind of set up this idea of I've been coaching high schoolers for years. Scott Kapos was a Big Ten throws coach for 25 years. Ryan Whiting, two-time world champion and one of the most decorated NCAA throwers, and now a professional coach. So these 3 perspectives, and we wanted to create a bunch of online resources and a place where people could get all sorts of information. And then Throws Pro is throwing equipment, and really that's Scott Kapos' company, and I try to support him as much as possible. And so that's the relationship between Throws Pro and Thrower X.
Both providing vital services to the throwing community.
There we go. Yeah. That's how you finish a throw competition after kind of trying to find a throw all weekend long. Look at Gabby. That's a great reaction. 62:45 was her best of the day. And I think best of the weekend, actually. I don't know if she had a better throw than that on Thursday. Coach Dane Miller there. 62-76 for Gabby on her last throw today.
Last chance for Mariki to make her trip to the United States worthwhile. Although she had a nice throw the other day. I guess it's been worthwhile.
Great series.
Yeah. She's looking for more, though.
She will live to fight another day. I understand, kid. Samantha Hall, her 6th throw and final throw today. 66-39 already.
She was the 25 NACAC champion.
Right over the top of that release. I don't know. That's not better than her best today.
Kind of a funny comp, Coach. It started slow, went crazy for a little while, back into a little bit of a lull.
At the end of the day, you got to just allow these throws to kind of happen. And if you force it, especially in this wind, I feel like the last couple throws, they go right over the top of their release.
Right,
and,
right.
You're knocking it down in the wind before you even get it out of your hand.
Right.
Just allow the finish to happen.
Veronica next, Jess?
Yeah. 67:01 is what she's trying to build on from round 2. Pulled away from that one at the end. That was the biggest skip of the day. She must have found the one dry spot in the entire field up there. That took an enormous bounce.
Fun fact about Veronica, the rapper Flavor Flav and the husband of Serena Williams, Alexis Ohanian, pitched in $7,000 for her expenses when she was training for the Olympics.
That's really cool.
He's your favorite rapper, right? Flavor Flav?
You know what? When it comes time to Olympics, it is a race between him and Snoop Dogg. I just love how they support Olympians. All right, Sierra. That's a good looking throw from Sierra. 67-25 for Sierra today.
Keep an eye on her, folks. Her first year as a pro, and she has got
All
a
the
high
tools.
ceiling.
She's got all the tools.
All the tools.
Second throw of 67 meters or better today. 67.03. So she will finish fourth today in this group A. 67.25 is her best of the day.
There's Texas Tanner. He's not only a hammer thrower, shot putter, or discus thrower. He's a coach as well. Is there anything he can't do, Coach?
Not that we know of.
I don't know if he's a published poet, but
We found this out. He can't wake up early to throw shot put when he's throwing hammers as late
No.
as he is. And
Yeah.
that was a smart decision on his
Texas scratched from the shot. I did call him a pansy though when we were up there watching warm-ups.
part. That was a poor choice of your figure butt.
I think actually he was a little intimidated.
Alita, congrats on a new PB. Here comes Yorinda.
Come on,
also
Yorinda.
minted a new PB. Does she have more in her? 70-76
I think she does.
today?
I
Let's
think
go.
she does.
Come on, big throw today. Big throw.
Yorinda will never make it on the poker tour either, Coach. Is it a Dutch thing or when you're from the Netherlands you're demonstrative maybe?
Yorinda does not mince words.
No.
Suffers no fools.
How far was that?
It was far. It was 70-99, and
Oh my God!
that was I'm completely missed the finish, and I PB'd anyway.
That's fantastic.
That's about the third throw that went far. And she just like it out of her hands.
That's a long time coming, Coach. Her previous PB was 2021 in Tucson. That's a long time coming.
Good for her. So here we go. Val Allman has one more throw. She's 73-10, and whatever Val does on this throw, obviously she came here for more than her 73-52 from last year. Is Val choosing not to throw her last throw? You can see Val coming into the ring here.
That's interesting. Do you come to Ramona and then not take all six?
Well, I wonder if she tweaked something.
Oh yeah.
If she dinged anything, it's not worth it. But what I was going to say is this: I don't know. What Val was going to do with this last throw. If she's not going to take it, understood. But after what we saw Thursday, which was so uncharacteristic for the most consistent thrower we have seen, in women's discus over the last 5 years. Uncharacteristic day for her on Thursday. I would say coming in the ring, marching in the ring and throwing 71 meters on throw one and throwing 73-10 today was already kind of, a stamp of, oh, by the way, I'm not done. And
here she is.
Here she is.
You think it's kind of like a heavyweight fighter? The champ always comes in. He takes his time coming down the aisle with the handlers, just to set the tone.
I wonder if there was some, maybe a glitch with the measurement or system or something.
I think it's drama. She's just setting up the drama, setting up the stage.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
Me too.
Here we go.
And
Final throw of the day.
she got us going. Maybe she'll
Val,
finish
the
us
floor
off
is
right.
yours. I don't think she loves it.
Once again, the
It looks
McQuaid
like a good
jinx.
throw. So what I was saying though, regardless of whatever this last throw is, and coming into the ring after an uncharacteristic Val on Thursday, 73-10 today says, oh, by the way, yes, I just got married, and I'm still the best thrower in the world.
I'm still the best in the world.
Yeah,
Amazing. She's got the heart of a tiger.
she does.
Speaking of the best, Sandra Perkovic has a huge run of consecutive European Championship titles going. I can't remember if it's 7 or 8, but it's an ungodly number. I like Yorinda to maybe unseat her later on this summer.
Well, Uranus certainly has the skills to do it. My friends, what a special competition we just witnessed. Congratulations to Val Sion, Urinda, Alita, all on new PBs. We will have much more discus competition for you, so please keep watching on USATF TV and keep watching on Throws University. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See you in a few.
Definitely. Logan already earlier in the series, the first 3 rounds, and then that last one was an usually you're 1 centimeters away from crossing another meter barrier. It's a little bittersweet, but I think this month the mark is good enough. Talk me through that 6th round.
It is a little bittersweet, I'm not gonna lie. It would be really cool to be 71 meters lower, but I guess we'll have to wait for that one. So the last one, I put a lot on there. I think I'm always struggling at the beginning of the year, and I'm just way too cautious in the ring. And I think today was already a lot better than Thursday, so that's good. But my last one, I think I finally went aggressive enough, but then I put my head in my neck, and the disc basically went straight up. So for it to go that far is actually pretty bittersweet and also a little crazy. So yeah, we'll get it next time, I guess, with a good angle and all the energy that we put into it.
Yeah, I know when we were talking a couple months ago, I asked you, just from watching, how do you think this kind of compares to the wins you had in Tucson when you threw your PB in 2021? Now that you've experienced it, how do you compare the two situations?
I think at least today it was a bit more up and down with the wind. I don't think it was as consistent. I think on Thursday it was really consistent. I think that was probably pretty similar to the wind I had in Tucson. I think we threw a little bit less with that wind on the right side in Tucson. But I think the strength is pretty similar. I remember everyone telling me, oh, this wind is going to be way too strong for the 1K because the guys threw it. And some of us did struggle with it because it was really strong. But yeah, I think they have strong winds like that here for sure as well. So it's good to come here and
Yeah, with Alita going, I think 69-17 was her mark. It's 2 of the best 3 series in Dutch history happen in the same ring on the same day. How special is it to be able to share these moments?
Extremely. I think what makes sport beautiful is that you can share with other people, and we experience some nasty experiences, both of us, with sexual harassment. So we can talk about that always really good, and we know what we've been through and how hard we work for it. So we just know the whole background story of each other, basically. So to come out here together and throw this far and be number 1 and 2 by far on the Dutch list with a series like this is, I mean, I'm almost happier for her than for myself, but I'm sure she almost feels the same way probably. But yeah, it's much better to do it together.
Yeah, so much strength from both you guys inside the circle and out. You're opening your season with almost 69 on Thursday, almost 71 here. How does this set you up for the rest of 2026?
Yeah, I mean, I think my main goal last year, or one of them, was to throw 70 in the stadium. So I definitely want to keep aiming for that and be consistent at those higher marks as well. I think I was really consistent last year, but we saw more in training than we did in the meet. So hopefully we can get closer to those big marks that we're seeing here consistently in stadiums.
Last note before we go, European Championships this year, Dutch 1-2.
We talked about this before we threw on Thursday, and I said I will go absolutely crazy if that happens. That would just be the best day of my life, for real. I think we're both going all in today.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. You're in super exciting today. Super excited to see you the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you so much. 47. Thanks for the military time.
How are we feeling after this one?
Oh boy. I think Thursday.
As you said last year, there's still a meaty bone in that.
Oh, yeah.
It was another thing like last year. First comp didn't go your way last year. You're 10 meters better in the next one. I guess, is it just something where like it maybe takes a meet to get used to these conditions, given that they are so extreme and intense, but also so good?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's definitely like kind of crazy. For me, the last year is my first 2 meets and my best 2 meets I've been here. But I think that that's a part of it is like you see so many people coming through far and you want to think that like it's easy and you like you're gonna take it. But there's something very humbling about it. You have to like definitely be a little bit more guarded to make sure you fly it right. And I think that like coming here feeling that you're reminded that like your technical efficiency is like king in this space. So I think the meaty bone, I'm still hungry, still thinking about it, but it's a tricky place. You know, I do love it. I think that there's community. It is amazing to see so many people like set national records, personal, but I mean, there's a joy here that you don't feel at other meets. But you definitely feel resilient.
So today, open up 71 on the first throw.
Yeah.
Sigh of relief, excitement. What was kind of the emotions after that?
Yeah, I think a bit of like relief, you know. It was funny, since Thursday we've probably done like 100 track throws, and I just felt like I needed to get my time back. And Zeb kept saying like, you just need to back off. You're like, do 50% every throw and it's gonna be over 7 meters. I was like, you're nuts. Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. And so I looked at him and gave him that like, I told you so face. So it felt good. It reminded me that like I know how to compete, and I'm excited. I asked if I could compete in the senior beginning
ladies. Remember, make sure your name's on the board. Right on, Mike. Still, you're up. Rachel, Alexandra, Rachel D, Alexandra Freeman, Rachel Andrews. 5737. Rachel Dinkoff is up. Alexandra Freeman.
We are live here back at Throwtown Ramona. Rachel Dinkoff is going to lead us off here as we start this competition C. Rachel is still battling back from an Achilles surgery and a long road back from that surgery, a series of surgeries actually. I had a long chat with her, and she's just taking it one day at a time. Great thrower, and I'm looking forward to seeing her get back on top of her game as she battles back. Alex Freeman had a PB and broke 60 meters for the first time on Thursday. Really happy to see Alex perform the way she did on Thursday. Let's see if she can build off of that. Good start for her. She likes it. Let's see if she can build off of that 60-meter throw she had the other day. She trains not too far from us in Madison, Wisconsin. She trains in Illinois. Rachel's in the ring next. Canadian. We'll get some distance for you as we go. 56.84 for Rachel.
Check out number 5. Kirsty is up.
Christy Law, Scotland. He'll be host of the Commonwealth Games. Oh, this is Cochrane, sorry. Oh, this is Christy. Christy Law. Get the wrong name, but the right thrower, Christy Law. It's a foul.
Kaya's up.
He'll be good on that one next time. Christy. South, Corey Martin's throws. Yeah, Cochrana's not throwing today. We'll get these graphics right as we kind of get settled into this Group C. A lot of throwers, long weekend for us. So thanks for bearing with us as we get all of our bearings straight here. So here's Rachel, second round throw. It was a better movement for Rachel.
Here we go.
61-36. I believe that's Rachel's first throw over 60 meters since her series of surgeries. So congratulations. A long fight back, long road back for her. Another good throw from Alex Freeman. Alex 59-56 in round one.
Okay.
60-57, so that's a new PB for Alex. Second throw over 60 meters for her. She continues to have a fantastic weekend. 33 years old for Alex. Excited to see her finding her best throws of her career. It's really cool. This is Rachel Andres. Rachel 56-84 in her first round throw. Building off of 56-84.
Yes.
55-62. All right, Christy Law, following round one. On Thursday, literally, she had just gotten off the airplane, so she is trying to find some better legs underneath her.
Ricky, did we put a microphone on you?
You've got the other one.
I think I.
Oh, I've got. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's all good. Dan McQuaid is rejoining us. He's a busy man.
There's a lot to do here, Coach, as you know.
Sure do.
It's an embarrassment of riches. All these great throwers walking around, all these great throwers performing, and that was a heck of a flight we saw just a few minutes ago.
Absolutely.
We were talking about in the at the beginning of that flight that they needed someone to set things off. I think Val did it, right?
Sure did.
Yorinda. Sierra had a nice throw. There was some fine throws. So for a while at least, the emotions got going, and that the ladies took advantage of it.
Well, here's what you missed so far in this Group C is Rachel Dinkoff has gone over 60 meters for the first time post Hercules.
That is fantastic.
61.36.
That's huge.
Alex Freeman bested her PR.
She got another over 60?
60.57.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so those are our two outstanding throws so far.
That's sensational.
Kaya Tupa South, that is 57.13, so she improves on her second round throw.
Kaya is from New Zealand, so she is very nice because that's required there. I think if you were born there, you're going to be nice.
I like it.
Or they boot you out of the country.
This is Estelle Villeneuve. Foul for her. She threw 57.37 in round 3.
Stella is the Harvard record holder in the disc, so pretty smart. It's a pretty smart young lady, Coach. She was 9th in the NCAA disc in 24 and 25 after being 6th in 23. That is so nice to hear that Rachel got back over 60.
So here's her third round throw, trying to build off of that 61.36, 201.3 inches.
Basically missed on the entire 23 and 24 seasons because of multiple Achilles surgeries.
3 to be exact.
I guess 1 wasn't enough. 2 wasn't enough. She is coached by Doug Reynolds. She started training with him after college. She went to Auburn, I want to say, when Doug was at Alabama. And then she's been with Doug as her whole professional career. And then once in a while, she works with Wolfgang Schmidt in Florida.
Makes sense. She's based in South Florida.
Yep. Wolfgang Schmidt, who is here, he's probably out there yelling for her right now.
Alex is locked in to what she is doing, and she is doing well. $56.42. Not an improvement for her. Still 60.57. It's Rachel. If you're listening, I'm sure you can hear the wind whipping. It is doing some things out there. I talked with Christoph Kipp, who is taking a wind reading of every single throw, if you can believe that, this weekend at Discus. And it picked up during the women's Group A, and it is still doing some things out there. There's a better movement from Christy. Still looking for some form from her today. Herself, I should say. Christy cracked the big 4-0 this year and still doing her thing. She really wanted to keep competing through this year specifically because she wanted to compete in one more Commonwealth Games. And specifically, like I said, because Scotland is hosting the Commonwealth Games this year and her home country. Kaya Tupa South. Building off a 57.13 in round 2, 187.5 inches. We'll see if that's an improvement. It looks pretty close to the same. 56.19. So we have completed round 3 here. We're going to do some reordering, and then we will be back right away, right here, for round 4 of this same Group C. After the completion of round 4, 5, and 6, we are going to have men's competition of Group A. Now, this is a schedule change from yesterday. With all the weather that we saw coming in for Sunday, tomorrow's competition, the men's A and B have been moved to today. Group A and B.
All right, ladies.
Maddie Denny, Stona, Stephen Richter, Sam Mattis, all the people. So we are hoping that we're going to see some more fireworks today as we get deeper this afternoon. All right, here we go. Christy Law, round 4. 56:42 for Rachel. Okay, to the south. So I got to talk to Val. I'm sure you heard at least part of that interview. I think there were some audio troubles with the interview. Talked to Val, and I think she just wanted Thursday so bad, and came in, just didn't feel like herself, and I think she blamed a lot of it on maybe wanting too much. And it was really cool to see her kind of respond today in a way that only the world champion and the two-time gold medalist in the Olympics can, where you put Thursday behind you and you put your best foot forward. And throwing 73 meters today is obviously a stamp of saying, I'm still here and I'm okay. She wanted more today, and sometimes that doesn't happen, but certainly today's performance by Val Ullman says that everything's okay. And in a year where her and Zeb got married and the schedule has not been normal by any means, it's hard to produce your biggest throws when training is anything but typical. So kudos to Val for putting a big day together after a not so great day on Thursday. Kudos to Yorinda breaking the Dutch national record twice today. And Alex Freeman, another throw over 60 meters. Third 60 meter day, 60 meter throw, I should say, of the weekend, 60:35. Let's go, Rachel. She is our leader in this Group C, 2:01.3, 61:36. $57.78 will not be an improvement for Rachel. She's got 2 more throws to go here, so. throw. Chris, get out there. Aye.
Tire to the south on deck is still on hold.
Rachel's best throw of the day here is 56.84.
Five, six, 5-3.
56.53 for Rachel.
Sandra on hold.
There's her best movement of the day, at least from looking from here. She stands at 57.13. Currently, she's the number 8 thrower in Division 1 at Louisville University, throwing for Corey Martin. 56.85, so it's just a touch lower than her round 2 throw. Super consistent series. I really like what she looked like in the ring. Here comes Estelle. 7:37 is her best throw. Splashdown. Caleb Seal has been pumping water out of this field all day long, and you can still see that it's been a beautiful day. It was going to be near 80 degrees, sunny, and the wind has been howling all day, and still there's standing water from the amount of rain we got yesterday. You guys, I can't tell you how much it rained, and more rain. It was unbelievable yesterday. Alex Freeman having a day. She won't like that one. So Rachel is going to finish off round 5 here in the lead in this Group C at 61.36, and then we're going to have 6 more throws here to finish out round 6 of competition C. Let's see what Rachel has for us. Good pull on that one. Turned over early though. It's going to be under 60 meters. She'll still have one more throw to see if she can improve on 61.36. And again, I am almost positive that that is her best throw since her injury and this series of battles she has put in with this Achilles journey she has been on. Come on, Christy Law. Find a way. Christy. My heart goes out to you, Christy. There's a battle today. That's the face of a battle. Sometimes. Aye. Rachel's had quite a nice day today. 56.84 is her best throw. Here is her final throw today. That's out wide right. She will finish at 56.84. Kaitupu South. So we've seen a smattering of college throwers in both the men's and women's competitions mixed in with these pros this weekend. That will not be an improvement. 55-38. 57-13 is Kaya's best throw of the day today. Plenty of meats left for her this season at Louisville. That's wide right. Got after that one. Held nothing back. 57-37 is Estelle's best throw. She will finish third in this group. So we are down to Alex, Freeman, and Rachel Dickoff with their final throws at round 6. Great job. Shout out to Alex's husband, Josh. These guys run a great group of throwers. Cary Grove, Illinois. Alex, 60-57. 2 throws to building back her discus technique, and certainly throwing over 61 meters today is a piece of that puzzle. So congratulations to her.
Super happy for Alex as well. She's had a difficult year. She lost her father a few months ago, and her dog, and her and her husband Josh, really close to the dog, and just so some big setbacks. So for her to finally cross that 60-meter barrier is just beautiful.
Yeah, come here and do it multiple times. It's not always in the cards. We've talked to multiple throwers, multiple coaches. You come here, you want so much, and sometimes it's too much pressure to handle, and to be able to put it together is a special thing. And so it's exciting to see it when it happens for some throwers, and your heart breaks for the throwers that it doesn't happen for.
Yeah, it's a long way to go to struggle, but we were just talking to Mariki Steinecker a couple of minutes ago. She came from Germany.
All right, my friends, we're going to have more throwing action for you with men's competition A at 4:30. We'll see you then.